The human body can't tell the difference between starvation and discipline. It doesn't celebrate your calorie deficit. It prepares for war. The moment you start losing fat, it slows everything down, hoards energy and waits for the famine it believes is coming. That's the anti-fat paradox. The body treating your progress like a threat, and the more aggressively you try to escape that biology, the more violently it pushes back. For years, I didn't understand that rebellion. I thought failure meant weakness. I kept pushing, cutting calories lower, training longer, trying to outsmart a system that was never designed to be beaten by force. Each time the scale moved down, my body moved faster to defend its territory. Hunger became sharper, sleep worse, and energy unpredictable. It felt like every success came with a punishment attached, and no one in the fitness industry could explain why. They all repeated the same line, trust the process. But the process was built for people whose bodies don't panic when the fat disappears. What most trainers never mention is that fat loss isn't a mechanical equation of calories in and calories out. It's a negotiation between your biology and your environment. When you push the body too hard, it assumes danger, not progress. Leptin drops, ghrelin spikes, thyroid output shifts, and cortisol climbs. You don't notice the changes at first. You just feel slower, hungrier. But beneath that fatigue, your metabolism is quietly locking the gates, making sure the fat you're trying to burn becomes harder to access next time. That's the body's survival reflex at work. It isn't broken. It's protecting the last strategy that kept our species alive when food wasn't guaranteed. Modern life, however, confuses that instinct. You live surrounded by abundance, but your biology still believes famine is always one bad week away. Every diet, every cut, every extreme workout looks like a crisis. So it does what it evolved to do, conserve. It tightens energy expenditure, redirects hormones towards storage, and waits for the danger to pass. You feel betrayed, but in the logic of evolution, your body's being loyal. It's keeping you alive in a world it doesn't recognize anymore. This is why people regain more than they lose. Every cycle of starvation makes the defense stronger. It remembers the deprivation and prepares earlier next time. That's why willpower eventually breaks. Not because you're lazy, but because your biology is ancient and efficient. Once the body labels fat loss as a threat, you can't simply work harder out of it. You need to teach it that it's safe. And that lesson starts by stabilizing, not shocking. Over the last few years, I learned that recovery of metabolic stability matters more than speed. You can't fight hormones with motivation. What works is helping your metabolism stay calm while you lose weight, preventing that alarm from ever going off. That's where new approaches come in. One's built to support the system rather than bully it. Some people use a metabolic support formula, an encapsulated blend designed to keep that internal switch steady while the body adjusts. It doesn't stimulate fat loss. It stabilizes the cellular environment so your metabolism can do its job without resistance. Click the link in the description to see what I mean. When you calm the defense system, everything changes. Fat starts to leave without the rebound, hunger quiets down, energy returns in a natural rhythm instead of surges and crashes. You stop living in constant negotiation with food. For the first time, your body and your mind want the same thing. That's when progress feels effortless, not because it suddenly became easy, but because you're no longer fighting the built-in alarm that once protected you. The anti-fat paradox isn't proof that your body is sabotaging you. It's proof that it's still doing exactly what it was programmed to do. You're not the problem. The mismatch between evolution and modern life is understanding that removes the guilt and replaces it with strategy. You stop asking how to burn faster and start asking how to communicate better with your own biology. Every person who's struggled with stubborn fat knows that sense of betrayal the moment the mirror shows effort but not change. But that resistance is also data. It's your body saying, I'm scared. Once you recognize that language, you stop punishing it and start teaching it. You feed it intelligently, you train it with recovery in mind. You give it the nutrients that signal safety. Bit by bit, it stops defending and starts releasing. That's what ends the cycle. Not hunger or more cardio, but communication. The anti-fat paradox ends when you work with the body instead of against it. Because the truth is, your body isn't at war with you. It's waiting for permission to stop defending the fat that once kept you alive. And once it finally feels safe, it lets go, quietly, steadily, and for good.